All right, man. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakakarash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing the truth to the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. Let's get straight into this lesson, man. The dear elder apostle, beloved elder apostle, pouring this year, the hopeful year of our deliverance. So, if our deliverance is at hand, Jacob's trouble has to be at hand. All the different prophecies have to be at hand. Everything that the Bible spoke about and warned us about have to be at hand. Okay? And ultimately, exposing who Esau is has to break all of this open. Okay? Now, the little puff daddy shenanigans they got going on, it's a very small sample that can be applied to the whole entertainment industry. And we know that Jake didn't start it. The so-called black man didn't start it. Okay? Now, we're going to open up with a scripture, and we're going to go from there. It's a psalm, and this place is going down. Okay? When Vladimir Putin opened up that museum, and he showed those black icons, and he showed that so-called black, that black, so-called black Jesus, and we know he's Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he was basically letting know powers that be know this is bigger than war. It's one thing to shoot at each other with bullets and bombs, but to expose the lies, to expose the agenda, he was basically pulling his gun out and said, I'm not bluffing. I take this shit past war. And that's how I know this is not about the end, okay? You got Elon Musk telling the world, hey man, Jesus is black, okay? But let's just go and let's deal with this first, with the scriptures. Psalms 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. So they are going to expose themselves. The prophets been exposing them, but nobody believe the prophets. Okay? They don't believe us. They feel like we don't have enough power. But they don't understand what power is. The words that's coming out of our mouths is power. They don't understand it and they don't get it. But when Elon Musk speaks, they listen. When Vladimir Putin speaks, they listen. And for me to be able to read this scripture in Psalms 64th chapter and the 8th verse, it lets you know that it was prophesied to happen that way. And that's why our people have to suffer the fate that they suffer. Because they will listen to another nation before they listen to their own blood. They will listen to a whole devil, a whole deceiver, before they listen to their own flesh. Hell, we're not even going to go there because I was about to go somewhere else. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep it professional. We're going to keep it edifying. And we're going to keep it in prophecy, man. Right? Let's get some more scriptures. All right. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Because I forgot this verse, bro. It's in Jeremiah. It might be in Ezekiel. Isaiah. And that's why you got to just continue to keep yourself studied, bro. Having the scriptures is no different than keeping a knife. You have to sharpen it, bro. Isaiah 46 from the top. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Now this is going into America. All right? America has always been financially provided for. She wins out of her wars, and within her borders, she keeps her citizens basically quelled. All right? Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. So we're coming into a time where the lies that have been perpetuated to our people from our inception over here are going to start being exposed. We're going to start seeing videos. We're going to start seeing manifestos. We're going to start seeing old videos of people planning the demise of the so-called black man. We're going to see the inception of certain institutions that's religious, and it's going to show that they're false. 2025 is going to blow away a lot of lies. A lot of lies, bro. 2025 is also going to be a year. And first off and foremost, I'm piggybacking off the beloved elder apostle to heart. It's the hopeful year of our salvation, right? So if it's the hopeful year of our salvation, by default, it has to be the same time period that the Lord shows you so much that faith isn't required. The Lord is going to show you so much that faith is not going to be required. And when you see the things that you see, and when you're exposed to the things that you're going to be exposed to from the different tongues, from these different Edomites, these different other heathen nations, these different insiders, when you see it and it's there before your eyes, and these are receipts, faith is no longer required. So when faith is no longer required to believe this truth, salvation is off limits for you, Jake. When you start to see too much, when so much is start to get exposed, right? When you can go to the internet and pull up who Esau is, and you don't have to scratch your head and guess and wonder. When you get to pull up these videos and see your favorite celebrities with their legs in the air, and I'm talking about the males, the gangsters and all that, faith is not required. The Lord wants you to believe before the world proves things, man. He wants you to believe right now while it's rocky. He wants you to believe right now before the receipts come out. He wants you to believe right now before he pulls up and turns this world into a goddamn circus. And the only people that be protected are the people that have the doctrine of great millstone, man. Huh? Which is basically the truth. Let's just say the truth. We don't have to label it to one group. When you see only one group of people getting saved, it's the people that speaking the same message. Faith is no longer required. So when you come up looking for salvation, when you have all of these receipts and these things can be proven, who Esau is, who Jacob, and honestly, these things can be proven now. But Esau hasn't stamped it. The insiders haven't stamped it. The Lord hasn't come to the point where he like, grace is over with. Any fool can see what my prophet spoke is the truth. Faith is no longer required, and salvation is out of the window for our people. Let's get scriptures for that. Let's finish off the exposing of the system that we're currently living under. Okay? Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah. Thy shame shall be seen. So their nakedness is going to be uncovered. The origins of Christianity with receipts. The origins of who the so-called black man is with receipts. The origins of who the so-called white man is with receipts. All of these conspiracy theories, these so-called nut jobs, these preppers are going to be proven to be stand-up people that the world should follow with receipts. When these things come to pass, faith is no longer required. When faith is no longer required, salvation is out of your reach. When salvation is out of your reach, grace is gone. Jacob's trouble has to come into this place. Okay? It has to play out. And the deliverance of the true Jews, the deliverance of the true men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is going to play out simultaneously, man. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. This is the Lord coming back, man. We're going to get to that too. But right now, we're just going to deal with Esau's lies being exposed and the mind frame that the people are going to be in when they receive this news from other Edomites, and how the Lord and the prophets feel about it, and how does that line up with prophecy? Because the prophets are going to be taken off of the streets when the masses understand that they were telling the truth, and it's all by design, intelligent design, you know. We're going to stay in Isaiah. Salakia. I can't find the scripture I was looking for, but it's basically going into how the Lord is going to treat you the way that you treat him. All right? And the scripture's at the tip of my tongue, and it's really very, very frustrating how I can't. I know I'm going to end up getting it, so I'm going to describe it, and prayerfully, by the time I just end up finish describing the scripture, it'll come to my memory. But the Lord is basically saying, when you realize that his prophets were telling you the truth all right, when you realize that his prophets was telling the truth, and the world and the heathens confirm it, and then you believe it just from the confirmation of the world and the heathens, dude, your chance of salvation is gone because faith wasn't activated. It wasn't activated, okay? Now, I don't have access to the internet. But matter of fact, you know what I do? I'm tripping. Salakia, actually, I don't. Okay, I don't have access to the internet. But anyway, I'm not about to hold up the lesson for one verse, but that verse basically went into, and it was a verse I used to bring out all the time, and it just let me know I got to sharpen myself up. The verse actually it's either in Isaiah or Jeremiah, and it goes into how because you didn't have faith in him when he was. Matter of fact, I want to say that's Proverbs. Let me get the scripture, bro. I got it. I know it. It's Proverbs, the first chapter. Watch. Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the street, she crieth in the chief place of concourse. In the openings of the gates and the cities she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge? Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. So he's going to use the prophets to show you the true meaning of the scriptures, to show you the true definition of the scriptures, to show you how to go into the blue letter, to show you how to look up the Hebrew, to show you wordplay, to show you game, right? How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my... I read that already. Because I have called, and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. So the Lord is saying, before Putin, before whistleblowers, before the heathen, before the so-called white man came out and backed up what the prophets were telling you. Because I was going to say claim it. What the prophets were telling you after the so-called white man back it up and give you these documents that you can look up, touch, and feel, faith is out the window. And salvation is out the window with it. You goddamn coons, man. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set naught at all my counsel and would none of my reproof. So when the men of the Lord were coming out here telling you, this is this and that is that, you laughed at them. When they called the so-called white man a devil, you laughed at them. When they told you that salvation was not universal and it was exclusive to the 12 tribes, you laughed at them. When they told you that America was going to go through a period of a third world country, you laughed at them. When they told you that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai looked just like who the world calls Negroes, they laughed at you, man. So guess what the Lord gonna do when the rabbit got the gun, man? Because right now we're the prey. We're gonna get that scripture. We are the prey, but the prey is gonna end up as the hunter. Okay? Goddamn devil. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So when this system shows to be a liar, when these religious systems show themselves to be liars, and when 911 fails, when the ambulance services fails, when civil services fails, when man can't come to help you in your time of trouble and calamity, the Lord is going to laugh at you, man. And guess who he's not going to laugh at? The men of the Lord. He's going to comfort them, man. And they're going to also laugh. Because the Lord is going to be with them. And whatever mind frame the Lord is in, the men of the Lord are going to be in that same mind frame. But we just let the Lord act out. And we follow suit. Okay? I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Okay? The fear is going to come when 911 shuts down. The fear is going to come when the trucks no longer deliver food and provisions. The fear is going to come when Americans take up arms against Americans. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Wait. Then shall they call upon me. So when they start seeing and understanding that the prophecies are real, that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is real, that the prophets that push this truth out into the world on a normalized basis come from Great Millstone, when they realize that Jesus Christ ain't it, Muhammad ain't it, Jewishism ain't it, they're going to call upon the real Lord. They're going to look up for the real prophets. And the things that you did to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's going to do to you. IRL, in real life, and via his prophets, man. Those people are reading. When your fear cometh as a desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come up upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. The same people that was laughing at the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the same people that were mocking the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, saying that these ancient garments or dresses and skirts are going to be looking for us, man. Are going to be looking for the Lord. Going to be looking for the truth. And won't be able to find it, man. The internet will be scrubbed of the truth. YouTube will be censored heavily. Verse 29. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. So the very comforts that bring you away from Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to separate you from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's those same comforts are going to destroy you, man. Being without those comforts are going to destroy you. Not having access to Yahweh Shem Yahushai after you understand who he really is going to destroy you, man. Let's get some more scriptures. Zechariah 13:4. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophets shall be ashamed, every one of his vision, when he hath prophesied. Neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive, but he shall say, I am no prophet, I am a husbandman. So they're basically going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. We all look alike. I'm just a worker. I work at the plant. I work at the courthouse. I work for a nursing service. I work as a cashier. I work as a delivery driver. Things of that nature, you understand? For a man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. They're going to be like, man, I went to college. I went to high school. I was raised just like you. I went to college to be a lawyer. I went to trucking school to be a driver. I went to real estate school to sell houses. You understand? They're going to deny being who they are. Justifiably. You didn't listen when it was time to listen. I'm not listening when it's not time to listen. Romans 13 and 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Wake your ass up, man. You ain't no nigga. You're not black. You're not a Negro. You're not a Muslim. All right? You're none of these things that the so-called white man labels you as. You're none of these things that the powers that be labels you as. You're none of these things that the system labels you as, man. And our salvation is near. The beloved prophet said, the hopeful year is the year of our salvation, bro. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed. And it's gonna come faster than our time clock in our head. We tired, bro. We are fucking tired. We was ready for these prophecies to come to pass in year one of our introduction to this truth. Because it's righteous, it's godly. It's godly, bro. To want things to speed up. In our head, it's taking too long. In our natural head. But in our spirit, it's way closer than you can ever imagine in your natural head. Your natural head is dumb. It was cursed when Adam went off. You can't trust it. Let's get a scripture on that. Proverbs 28 and 26, one of my favorites, man. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool. But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. If you use your five senses to get you deliverance and understanding and wisdom out of this place, you're done. But when you use that sixth sense, that spiritual sense, that connection with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're free. You just have to keep those other five senses into subjection. Keep that flesh beaten down. You gotta fast, you gotta pray, you gotta work, you gotta toil, you gotta study, you gotta deny yourself. You have to have a changing of your whole thought process. It has to be a changing of the guard mentally, man. The biggest thing about salvation is not physical, it's mental. The way that you think and the way that you don't think is going to determine ultimately where you end up. Do you think that the world is run the way that it's supposed to be ran? Are you okay with this? Are you cool with it? Can you get along with it? Or do you understand that everything about this place is upside down and is backwards? It starts in the mind. Our muscles don't mean shit. Any corner weapon don't mean shit. It starts in the mind. The Lord is the deliverer. The Lord is going to get physical. The Lord is going to get active. The Lord is going to get judgmental, physically. But he wants his supporters and his prophets to have a mind frame to where they don't understand anything else except for this truth. They don't understand anything else except for the way it's supposed to be. They don't understand anything else except for the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. A beard, work, a protector, a provider. A woman, shut the hell up. A child, shut the hell up. A heathen, shut the hell up. An appropriate diet, an appropriate lifestyle, an appropriate place to pick your house. You're not supposed to live banged up, jumbled up on each other, man. You're supposed to have land. Okay? It starts in the mind. Let's go to Ephesians 6. Let's go to 11 or 12. It's one of them. Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So, 1 second. So we're at war. But the scripture said it's not about flesh and blood. So a spiritual man that's 5'5", 125 pounds is more valuable than a carnal man that's 7 feet tall, 275 pounds, man. When you understand who the devil is, you understand how the devil comes. You understand when you see certain commercials, certain advertisements, when you look at certain history books, that is bullshit, and you can't be tricked by this devil. That is mental, bruh. Let's get another scripture on that. In the spiritual. Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets. Okay? Just basically other groups claiming to have the truth. And shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. You can't deceive the elect, man. You cannot deceive the elect, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai's very spirit is upon them. And if his spirit is up on them, and if his spirit is true, how can you trick them without tricking him? It's fucking possible, man. And when you have an understanding of who you are and who the world is, you detach yourself from the world, because you understand what the world is and who the world is. What is the world? Who is the world? The world was out voting a few months ago. True believers wasn't voting because we understand that the world is an enemy of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The world is accepting things that the Bible isn't accepting. We don't do that. The world is getting along to live good. We don't do that. The world is selling out. We don't do that. The world is thinking godliness is gain. We don't do that. The world is going along with the majority so that you're not ostracized, labeled, and attacked. We don't do that. So when the world was talking about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris and where to cast their votes, the prophets were saying, we don't have a dog in this race. We don't care, because whoever wins, is going to further prophecy to get us out of this world and into the new world to come, which is ours. We have no power here. We can't go take our children. We can't go take our land. Hell, we can't even correct our goddamn significant others. These are the things that we need salvation from. I want to control my children. I want to control my woman. I want to control my land that I'm living on without having to pay taxes to a heathen on. And if I want to build something, I have to submit plans in advance and things of that nature. I don't want to go to a public place in town and see two men holding hand kissing, man. I need salvation from this. You need salvation from this, man. You go downtown in America, bro, and you can see some things that'll scar you for life. If you're a natural man, it's not gonna scar the prophets because we got Yahweh Hashem Yahushua with us, and we know what to expect and we know what's to come. We got the script to the movie, Jake. John 17:9 is about to make what I said make sense, and it's about to also make this scripture make sense because the pastors of the world never bring it out in this light. John 17:9. I pray for them, talking about the elect, talking about the believers. I pray not for the world. He's not praying for voters. He's not praying for people that shave their face in the name of getting a job for Esau. He's not praying for people that's eating pork, that's eating shrimp, that's going against his law. John 14:15, I think that's the scripture. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Let's pull that up. If you love me, keep my commandments. He's not dealing with people that say the law was done away with. Let me get down and look at the camera when I say this, because it has to resonate. You people follow a system that says the law was done away with, and you have nothing to worry about. The law was done away with. You can eat what you want to eat. Your appearance can be whatever you want your appearance to be. You can sleep with who you want to sleep. You can love who you want to love. But make sure that you pay your tithes and offerings. Make sure you open up your wallet and you show God that your heart is really where you say it is, and you're going to show him with your pocketbook. Do you know that's part of the law? You know that tithing and offering is part of the law? You stupid, dumb son of a cousin of an Edomite. It's part of the law. And you people are Edomites spiritually, which makes you Edomites mentally, which makes you Edomites ultimately. Let's get that. Again, we're going to stay at John. John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You can't make deals with the devil and expect to be honored. You can't be in bed with the devil and not expect to give up and not expect to get up with fleas. You can't learn from the devil and not turn into a devil and be successful in the devil's world. They got a term that says in Rome, be as the Romans. That's some wicked ass shit. Romans are homosexuals. So because I'm in Rome, I'm gonna be a homosexual and open myself up? You sound like a loser. You sound like a coward. But you, Jakes, that's from the stock of Israel. You, Jakes, by blood, are no sons of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You vote. You pray for the uplifting of your communities. You want to give back to a place that's down by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You want to build and restructure a place that the Lord said, I'm going to tear down and never allow to go up again. You traitor. Okay? How can you love anything your king hates if you're loyal to your king? The scripture said King David was a man after the Lord's own heart. Let's read something real quick. This is Psalms 139 and 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? If you hate my father, I hate you. A son is not supposed to go against his father's teachings, his father's beliefs, principles, and morals for a goddamn outsider. If my father was a devout and righteous and just man, I'm not going against him. And if you go against him, you are my enemy. Let's read again. Psalms 139 and 21. Do I not hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? If you hate my Lord, I hate you. And how do you hate my Lord? When you shave your face? When you prophesy and tell the world that the laws are done away with? I ain't got to get into no more goddamn specifics. When I say you preach and tell the world that the law was done away with. But make sure you get that 10%. Which is of the law. If the law was done away with, murder is legal. Scamming is legal. Raping and robbing is legal. Theft is legal. Adultery is legal. I don't care if that's your woman. I don't care if that's your wife. I want to sleep with her. God gave me grace to sleep with your wife. He gave me grace to go and break into your safe while you sleep. You understand where I'm coming from, and I'm clearly being sarcastic, bro. Let me read this again. John 14 and 15, and it's written in red. If you love me, keep my commandments. His commandments go back to the book of Deuteronomy, man. 613. The ones that you can keep them to the best of your ability, bro. Even my garment, the holiest of my fabrics, have mixed goddamn fabrics. And certain things as a slave you can't handle. I mean, you just can't deal with. The border in blue is not the same as this. Okay? You get grace for that. You get mercy for that. My jeans, multiple fabric, you get grace and mercy for that. But for me to leave here and to plan, consciously concoct a time to go and eat shrimp to go and get a meat lover's pizza, to eat a BLT, a bacon burger, to go and have sex with another man's wife, to smoke anything other than fucking food. It's sin, bro. It's going to hell off. Grace and mercy does not give you the right to snort meth, to snort cocaine, to break into that man's penthouse because you know he got a safe up there with $1 million in it. If the law was done away with, murder is not a sin, bro. You know what? Make it make sense, Christians. Make it make fucking sense, bro. I'm gonna read this one more time. If you love me, keep my commandments. It didn't say keep my father's commandments. It said keep my commandments, bro. And what a son does, if you have a righteous father, you are the to be continued. So whatever your father had going on, you continue it and you try to make it bigger, brighter, and better. So when he said, if you love me, keep my commandments, he's basically saying, I'm coming to do my father's will. If you love me, keep my father's commandments. Grow your beard. It's different style. You don't have to grow it as thick as mine. But I want to be the Israelite of Israelites. Hell, you can take it down to legally, you can take it down to the lowest of what your clippers allow as long as you got a full beard. Follow the law. But you should love the law, bro. You shouldn't want to just follow it just to save your ass. You should get to the point where you love the law. Because it's our Constitution. And it's not going to bring you no kind of discomfort by following it. It only brings prosperity to our nation collectively. And that's what we're about. The collective of our people, man. We don't make things personal. It's all about the people, bro. I'm out here individually, but I'm out here for my people. I'm not out here for me. I want a reward, but I'm out here talking to the people. Moses was clearly about the people. He had his life set. You gotta have love for your people at the end of the day. You have to. It has to be a distinction and a separation. We're not all the same. That's the bullshit that the powers that be pushes, so that we don't have a love for ourselves, so that we don't identify with self. When you start to identify who you are, you start to have a collective love of your people. You stop thinking about this how I do things, this how we do things, this how I was raised, and you think about things that's bigger than you. Right? And when you get to that point, you have to think about the choices that our people make with the information that our people have in 2025, and understand that our people are going to choose power over principle every time. And I'm talking collectively. The elect are going to do what they do. The elect is the exception to the rule. They're strange, they're peculiar, they're weird. The majority of our people are not going to get it. And they're going to follow power. They're going to follow whoever wields the sword. And they're going to pay for it, even in a time of information and knowledge. With that, I hope this message was I hope this message was edifying to at least one person. And I want to give all praise, infinite honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Salakia, Salakia. Let's do that again. I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and great millstone who rule and teach one to the other. I came out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. Kwam Yasharala, a ball. Until next time, man. Be kingdom minded. Esau shit over with, bro.